Whenever the laws of any state are broken, a duly authorized organization swings into action. It may be called the state police, state troopers, militia, the rangers, or the highway patrol. These are the stories of the men whose training, skill, and courage have enforced and preserved our state laws. The armed bandit who strikes suddenly and viciously is one of the most dangerous criminals with whom law agencies must contend. When such a criminal wears the uniform of a law officer while committing his crimes, he becomes an even greater menace to society. On May 20th of last year, the entire machinery of the Highway Patrol was put into action, tracking down a bandit whose specialty was hiding behind a badge.
Highway Patrol. You just gotta catch him. He robbed me. Beat me too. Oh, hurry. Please hurry.
Take it easy, ma'am. Where are you?
I tell you, he robbed me. And he hit me.
I'll take it. Mrs. Matthews, where are you, ma'am? Where are you?
I'm Mrs. Robert Osgood. I'm on Highway 11 near Clay Junction.
North, south, or just down here?
About a city block away. North, I think.
Tell me exactly what happened.
The man was standing by his car waving. I thought he was in trouble, so I stopped. He dragged me right out of my car. And he hit me twice. Then he took my purse and drove off.
Stay where you are. I'll be right out. Roadblocks in all that area. APB all units on the man in his car. Have the nearest unit meet me.
I'm Officer Lewis, Highway Patrol. Are you Mr. Albert Murray?
Yes.
We picked up an ex-convict in this area a few minutes ago. He had a diagram of this office in his possession. Has anyone tampered with your safe?
I don't think so.
Better look inside and see. This man's a safe expert.
You sure scared me, but everything's all right.
Sure it's all that, sir?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Good.
See the guy we were looking for?
No cream-colored sedan either.
It's the same with me. The woman reported the robbery took off.
False alarm, huh?
Looks like it, and I don't like it.
Headquarters to 2150.
Headquarters to 2150.
2150 by.
Albert Murray, manager of loan company on Baxter near Logan. Says he was just robbed and slugged by a highway patrol officer.
I'll take it. Have the boys block off that area. Simpson and Larrabee will go with me. Cancel that call from Highway 11. It's a false alarm. 10-4?
10-4.
Let's go.
That you, May? Worked like a charm.
Why not? It always does.
A highway patrol job was cruising around when I got there. 70 seconds later, was hightailing away in the other direction.
On their way to Highway 11, where I'd been beaten and robbed.
It was a pushover.
I know. When I drove past the loan company, the cops hadn't even shown.
You know, I don't like this gimmick of you casing a place after I've hit it.
Don't go into that again. I've never gotten into any trouble, and in case of an emergency, I'll be as good a hostage as anyone else you could find.
You're right, baby. I couldn't ask for a more beautiful hostage.
You have to think things out in advance in this business. Pays to use your brains.
Yeah. Let's see how much it pays.
I'll check around back.
Go to it. You, Mr. Murray?
Yes, and who are you? After what's happened here, I don't trust anyone.
I'm Matthews, Highway Patrol.
It was one of your men that robbed me. Slugged me, too. Fine thing when a citizen can't even trust a policeman whose salaries he helps pay.
Mr. Murray, I know my men. It's hard to believe any one of them are crooked.
Well, this man was an officer.
How much cash did he get?
$8,000. And how did he know it was here?
What do you mean?
I only have that much cash here once a week. On Thursday, so I can cash checks for the folks who get paid off at the factories.
Oh, that's easy. Somebody's been casing the place, checking your routine.
Probably the highway patrolman who goes by here half dozen times a day.
You mind if I use your phone?
Sure, go ahead.
Thanks. Get me Highway Patrol headquarters, please. Mr. Murray, could you describe the guy?
Anytime. I'll never forget that crook.
Highway Patrol.
This is Matthews. Hold on. Let me have a description.
Well, he was kind of big, and he was a patrolman.
Yeah, sure. Look, how tall was he? How much did he weigh? The color of his eyes, his hair, any distinguishing marks?
About all I can tell you is he wore a uniform.
Suspect in loan office robbery described as a big man wearing Highway Patrol uniform. Set up roadblocks. Check for unauthorized uniforms, okay? Mr. Murray, I want you to come down to headquarters with me. Take a look at the pictures of our men. Maybe you'll find your guy.
I sure will.
Okay, let's go.
Let's hightail it, baby. We can put a lot of miles behind us before the cops come to.
No nursery?
Mm-mm. It'll wait. We can cut quite a caper. Let's start with the cutting.
The nursery's all set up.
Well, yeah, but we didn't expect so much at the loan office.
Who was it who used to say hit 'em hard and fast while the cops are all up in the air?
Okay, baby. When you get that look in your eye, I know I'm licked. Okay, we'll take the nursery. Should be fun. Besides, I like playing a cop.
You should. You look swell in a uniform.
Get me a timesheet on all men on duty from 9 o'clock this morning on.
Yes, sir.
Get the files on all the men. Bring them to my office. Come on, Mr. Murray. We'll look at those pictures.
There are 3 other employees in the nursery besides Alice Crane. She is in charge of the office and has a combination to the safe.
Sometimes it's locked on check cashing days, sometimes it isn't.
But baby, we've been all through this before.
And we're going through it again. If we make a mistake, it takes too long to correct it. 2 of the 3 employees take a break at exactly 3:30. That leaves only 1 man to wait on customers and Alice Crane in the office.
So I hit at 3:35.
And I call the cops at exactly 3:30.
Baby, we've never called the cops twice in one day.
Don't let it worry you. I'll do it differently.
Suppose they recognize your voice.
They won't. But even if they do, cops have to answer calls for help. All calls. We have a few minutes yet. We'll take it easy until it's time to go.
Any luck?
None so far.
That's what I thought had happened.
I haven't finished yet. I've still got quite a ways to go.
Well, look away. Oh, Mr. Murray. Here's a list of all my officers and what they were doing at the time you were robbed. The only one near your place were Larrabee and Simpson.
And where are they? I want to see them right away.
You met Simpson when you came out of your office.
Oh. Yes, well, he wasn't the crook. So it must be this Larrabee. I want to have a look at him.
Well, you had one good look. Why don't you take another? He's standing right here.
Simpson and I must have come by your place just before the robbery, sir, on our way to beat Mr. Matthews. All right, I set these out. They're all possibles.
Oh, thanks. All right, let's take them in order. James Red Parker, 3 convictions for impersonating an officer while robbing a bank. How old was the guy that robbed you?
About 30, no older.
Parker's 52. Steve Reagan, alias Steve Roke. And we've got Bert Lohman, alias Cy Mencken. Agatha Morton, she impersonates a policewoman. And we got Dutch Kelsey. What about the mug books?
They're on the way up.
After we eliminate Agatha Morton, we've got 4 men who've been arrested for impersonating a police officer.
And committing a crime during that impersonation.
When you look at the mug book, if you can identify the guy that robbed you, we'll be getting awful close to home. Thanks. Here. Let's see. We'll keep him in order. Parker, he's 52, too old. Look up Steve Reagan.
There, Steve Reagan.
No.
Let's see, the next one, Bert Lohman.
Bert Lohman.
That's him.
You're very sure?
I'm positive. I'd know him anywhere. That's the man that hit me. Only here he's dressed like a city cop.
Thanks very much for your help. We'll take it from here and try and get your money back for you. Thanks, Mr. Murray.
Okay. And if you need me for a witness...
We'll call you.
Goodbye, and thanks again, Mr. Matthews.
Thank you, Mr. Murray. We'll keep you posted.
Good.
Suspect in loan office robbery identified. He's Bert Lohman, alias Cy Mencken. 32 years old, 6 feet 1, 185 pounds. He's got dark hair and brown eyes. AP beat all units.
I noticed from his M.O. that he usually hits 2 or 3 spots on successive days and then drops out of sight.
Yeah, and there's something else. He creates a diversion, draws the nearest unit out of the area.
Like that false alarm we answered this morning.
Yeah, that about sews it up. Before it was a man, now he could be working with a woman. Here, take a look at this. Right from here, this circle. You see it starts here. This is all sewed up. If he got out, he could be in China right now. But if he runs true to form, he's going to hit right in here again.
He always gets places where they have ready cash, like check cashing spots.
Check all the places that cash checks in that area. If they see a guy in a highway patrol uniform near their place, have him call us.
We might get a tip this time when it's going to happen, with another false alarm.
Yeah, we better have the unit spread out. Leave no territory unprotected. If he tries again, we'll be ready for him.
Attention all units. APB on Bert Lohman, alias Cy Mencken. 32 years old, 6 feet 1, 185 pounds. Dark hair, brown eyes. Last seen wearing uniform of highway patrol officer. 10-4.
Well, that makes us ready.
Gee, I don't know, May. You know, the cops aren't so dumb.
That's why we've got to hit now, before the cops can spread their net. I'm on my way. Give me 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Patrol was working against time, trying to prepare a trap. The criminals were already in action.
These are the only 3 spots in the area that cash checks.
Yes, and all 3 have been warned to call us immediately if they see a highway patrol uniform in the vicinity. But what about places outside that area?
Oh, I've warned all of them. My hunch is Loman's hiding out in here, and this is where he's going to hit again.
Well, let's stake out those 3 places.
No, we better not. Loman knows our routine pretty good. We better stick to it. He might spot the stakeout. But I'll tell you this, if he tries another diversion, we got 3 units waiting to cover it. Let's check that file again.
Highway Patrol.
There's just been a most horrible accident. A school bus. It happened just now.
Just a minute, please. Sounds like the same woman who called this morning. Now then, ma'am, what were you saying?
Oh, it's terrible. The bus was loaded with children and it was hit by a truck. The bus is in a ditch on its side. The children are screaming and crying.
This is Matthews. Where's the accident?
Right here. I mean, just down the road.
What road?
Highway 40, just past Hadley School. Well, I can see the wreck from here.
Where are you?
Oh, it's someone's house. You must hurry.
What's your name, please?
Martha Denning, but please, hurry.
We'll have help there right away. Send 3 units, ambulances and doctors.
Right.
This looks like a Loman diversion. For the sake of the kids, I hope it is.
Headquarters to units 1330, 1564, and 1271. Proceed immediately to Highway 40, just north of Hadley School.
Get me the Highway Patrol. Hurry, please.
Highway Patrol?
Hurry, please. He's here. He's right outside.
Who are you talking about?
The man you telephoned about, the man in the Highway Patrol uniform, the robber, he's here.
Woman reporting presence of man in HP uniform.
Hello, ma'am. Who are you and where are you? Hello. 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 She must have put the phone down. See if you can trace the call. Hello. Hello.
He's coming in here.
Who are you and where are you?
I'm Alice Crane. Please. The robber just parked his car by the camellias and roses, and he's coming right through the young peach trees. And I'm all alone. Please hurry.
Hello. Hello. She hung up on me. Now the question is, where is she?
I wasn't able to trace the call. She hung up too soon.
Oh, that's what I was afraid of.
First a man claims he was robbed and slugged by one of our men. Now a woman calls and doesn't even tell us where she's calling from.
Maybe she did tell us where she is.
What do you mean?
Well, she said the patrolman was coming through the camellia and the rose bushes and by the young peach trees. What's the name of the 3 possibles in the hot area?
Well, there's the National Cleaners, Hoadley's Grocery Store, and the Armstrong Nursery.
What's the closest unit to the Armstrong Nursery?
Simpson, he's 4 miles away from it.
Get him out there right away.
Headquarters to 1273. Proceed immediately to Armstrong Nursery and meet 2150.
Our safe has been robbed?
Yes, ma'am. That's the report the Highway Patrol received. Better open up that safe and check inside.
Check?
Yeah, the money. Just to be sure it's there. No need to be nervous, ma'am. If there are any thieves around, they're gone by now. Open up the safe, please.
Oh, open up the safe.
Yeah, now.
Now.
I've got other things to do, ma'am. Can't stay around here all day.
Well, with the place being robbed, if what you say is true... There, it's open.
Well, let's see it. The money. Just to be sure it's there.
Yes.
Well, there should be more than that. Lots more.
Well, sometimes
Well, what happened to it? Where is it?
Sometimes I put the cash away.
Well, get it. Now.
Are you going to take it?
Oh, just for a little while.
Well, what am I going to do?
Don't worry, ma'am. I'll give you a receipt just to show that the highway patrol lent you cash. Hey! Come out there, I'll shoot.
Get that salesman out of here and cover the front.
Right.
Throw your gun out and come out after it.
Come on out or I start shooting. I give you 3 seconds. If you help me through those police lines, you live. If not...
Come on, Loman, you're trapped. Make it easy on yourself. You haven't got a chance, Loman. Quit shooting and come on out.
Your 3 seconds are up.
No more shooting, men. That woman must be in there. It's your last chance, Loman. Come on out.
Hold it, lady! Hold it! Hey, lady! Get back!
Get away from there. You're in danger.
Danger? I don't understand.
Come over here. Hurry. Get over here.
What's all this about?
You listen to me for a change, copper. I'm getting out of here. You shoot and this woman gets it. Make it look good, baby.
Oh, please! Please let me go! Make him let me go! Please don't let him shoot me!
You shoot and this woman gets it, copper. It's working, baby. It's working.
You waved that woman off?
Yeah, I yelled at her, too.
So did I. She saw there was trouble. She still kept coming.
She must be with him, huh?
Remember Loman's M.O.? His partner always created a diversion to get the cops away. If this isn't a diversion, I've never seen one.
And if your outfit tries to stop me when I'm getting out of here, this woman gets it.
Simpson! Start shooting when I tell you!
I told you, copper, don't try anything.
What, you gonna shoot your girlfriend and your partner? Who are you kidding?
Why's Bert?
Loman, we're gonna have to take you. Anything happens to that woman, it's your fault. Check the woman inside.
Right. The woman who called us is okay.
Good. Stay here and get a full report. Tell that woman inside if she wants the police to tell us where she is next time. Call an ambulance.
Right.
That's your husband?
Yes. Is he dead?
He can still smell flowers.
I'd just like to know how you knew I wasn't a real hostage.
Well, you're like all women. You're fascinated by a telephone. I talked to you 3 times today. Come on, move. See Highway Patrol next week. Until then, remember, leave your blood at the Red Cross or your community blood bank, not on the highway. This is Broderick Crawford saying, see you next week.
duly authorized organization swings into action. It may be called the state police, state troopers, militia, the rangers, or the highway patrol. These are the stories of the men whose training, skill, and courage have enforced and preserved our state laws. Whenever the laws of any state are broken, a duly authorized organization swings into action. It may be called the state police, state troopers, militia, the rangers, or the highway patrol. These are the stories of the men whose training, skill, and courage have enforced and preserved our state laws. Law enforcement agencies do not agree with the common belief that society always benefits when criminals exterminate each other. For when the underworld settles its disputes by violence, there is no regard for the safety of innocent citizens. The Highway Patrol was faced with this problem early last month. Les Curtis had worked as errand boy for a master counterfeiter, Alfred Manson. Now, as he and Manson prepared to deliver a set of counterfeit engraving plates, Curtis decided his apprenticeship was over.
Sorry, Manson. Thanks for everything.
I can understand you not wanting to be seen at the motel. But this is so open.
All the better. Who's going to notice a couple of guys on a park bench who switched briefcases?
For that matter, he could have brought the plates to your print shop.
Langley, would you have me bring suspicious characters to my place of business? Don't worry, Manson's too hungry for this 20 grand to let anything go wrong. See, there's Curtis.
But Manson was to bring the plates.
If I know Manson, he's not far away. Get going. Easy, easy. Act like you're a guy killing time.
$30.16 to $21.50.
I got it. $21.50 by.
On this motel shooting, the victim's registered as Alfred Manson. I've talked to the occupants of the other units. So far, no suspects, motive unknown.
What about the chambermaid that found the body? Did you talk to her?
Affirmative, but she's not much help. I'm waiting for the manager. He was downtown at a linen supply shop when the body was discovered. He's on his way back to the motel now.
I'll be there in a few minutes. 10-4?
10-4.
Hold it, Curtis. After the switch, I was to move first.
That was just in case somebody was around. There isn't, so...
In that case, it won't hurt to examine the plates.
I suppose you can tell how good a plate is just by looking at it.
You check the 20 grand. I'll check the plates.
You're missing the point of this little arrangement, aren't you, Dad? The quick switch?
I knew you and Manson were up to something.
Oh, not Manson. This is all my idea. Manson's dead. Odd, isn't it? Manson died because he was too gullible. You're going to die because you're too suspicious.
No.
Curtis. He killed Manson, too.
Headquarters said there's no record on Alfred Manson.
We'll probably do better when we get his prints. The manager gave us a lead in the suspect, a guy by the name of Manson. He comes here quite often with a fellow he calls Les. Tall guy, 30, about 6 feet tall. Lab boys come up with anything yet?
No, not yet. They're still working over Manson's room. There's one thing, though. The registration card shows a license number. But I haven't been able to find a car on the grounds.
Oh, yeah, another thing. The manager said Les came in with Manson's car last night, but he didn't see him leave.
Well, he's got a start on us.
Yeah, check the lab boys. I'll get on the horn here.
Get trapped, Curtis. I'll give you your choice. Give me the plates or give me back my money. You name it.
You're bluffing. You don't dare shoot.
Try me and see.
You'll have the whole pack after you if you fire a shot.
I'm giving you a break, Curtis. Pay up and you can take off.
The victim's body was found by a park employee. 1412 is investigating. 10-4?
10-4. Well, we got another shooting, this time in Cranston City Park. Come on, let's go.
Now, Marie, you put that money away. You're my guest.
But I want to pay for my share of the gasoline.
I'd be going to Woodbury anyway. Some other time, Marie.
Honestly, Ella.
Just wait till you see my son's home. It's only a tiny farmhouse, but Walter and Kathy have fixed it up so modern.
Excuse me, do you have a bus schedule I might take a look at?
I'm sorry, mister. No buses run on this road.
This just isn't my day, I guess. Well, that's what I get for trying to play the big shot insurance agent.
Yeah, that's so.
You see, a client of mine had his car in for repairs, and I let him use my car so he wouldn't have to worry about calling a taxi when his wife had to go to the hospital. Their first child is quite an event. I thought I could pick up a bus back to Preston, so I'm stranded.
Pardon me, young man. You're going to Preston?
Oh, yes, ma'am. I can borrow a company car at our branch office.
We'll be going right through there on our way to Woodbury, if you'd care for a ride.
Well, fine. Wonderful. Do you think it's safe for such attractive ladies to pick up a hitchhiker?
You're no hitchhiker. You're more of an assistant to the stork. Ride up with us. The back's full of suitcases.
Fine.
Well, that'll be $4.53. Thanks a lot, Miss Brewster. Have a nice trip.
Thank you.
Well, I got to look at the victim before they took him away. He's an ex-con, Ralph Langley, counterfeiter.
Langley?
Yeah, we had him on a bunker charge a while back, but it didn't stick.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Any lead on who did it?
No, nobody was around when the gardener stumbled on the body. Langley's driver's license gives him an address on Kern Street. Let's check it.
Headquarters to 2150.
2150 by.
Unit 1216 reports finding abandoned vehicle registered to Alfred Manson, blocking middle of Dead End Street, 1 mile east of Cranston Park. The vehicle is in operable condition, and the motor was still warm. 10-4?
Check the vehicle for prints. Have the other units cover the area. 10-4?
10-4.
Parked in the middle of a dead-end street. That's a funny way to ditch a car.
That's why I think the killer's still in the area.
None of our units was after him. He must have panicked for no reason at all.
No reason at all? He's got one now. Come on, let's go.
Yes, sir. Fill her up?
I just want some information. I was to meet a friend of mine along the highway, and we seem to have missed connections. Maybe you've seen him. He's 6 feet tall, about 30, dark, well-dressed.
Would he be carrying a briefcase?
That's him. Do you remember which way he was headed?
He hitched a ride with a couple of women, and I'll tell you exactly how to spot his car.
Langley's address was legit. He works for the printing company.
A paroled counterfeiter in a print shop?
The secretary says he's an outside man, a salesman. But get this. He left this morning with his boss, Leonard Stone. They left early in Stone's convertible. Now, Stone was due back here at 10 o'clock. He's got an appointment. He hasn't phoned or shown. Now, his secretary's worried. It's no act.
Yeah, good reason. If Stone didn't shoot Langley, he could be in trouble himself.
I'll tell you, we'll look for him. He's about 40, heavy set.
Headquarters to 2150.
2150 by.
The lab report is in on the 2 shootings in Cranston.
Let's have it.
Ballistics established that Alfred Manson and Ralph Langley were both shot with the same weapon, a .38 caliber pistol. 10-4?
10-4.
The same gun. Well, if Les shot Manson and then killed Langley in the park, where does Stone fit in?
I'll get on my PB. If we find him, maybe he'll explain. Head down the highway.
I'll get out right here, Mrs. Brewster.
Oh, but this isn't Creston. That's the next town.
I know, but I just thought of a client here I'd like to check on. It might mean a big deal. I'll get to town. I can't tell you ladies how much I appreciate it. On second thought, I think this would be a bad day to see that client. I will go on to Preston if it's no trouble.
How could a nice young man like you possibly be any trouble?
Fleeing from another criminal after committing 2 murders, Les Curtis was now placing in jeopardy the lives of 2 innocent women. In its effort to track down the killer, the Highway Patrol methodically questioned persons in the area of the abandoned automobile.
Yes, sir. Can I help you?
Yeah, you sure can. We've been going through this whole neighborhood. We're looking for a fellow about 6 feet tall. He's dark, about 30 years of age. We think he was on foot.
Would he be well-dressed and carrying a briefcase?
Well, he could be. Once you see him.
About 10 o'clock. I was waiting on a customer, and this fella hitched a ride with her and her friend.
What kind of a car was it?
Well, Mrs. Brewster drives a green sedan.
Oh, you know the owner? Well, you have a license number then.
Yeah, it's in a file somewhere, but I don't think you'll find this fella with the 2 women now. Not if his pal caught up with him. Boy, you should have seen that convertible rip out of here.
This guy in the convertible, describe him.
Well, he was kind of stocky, about 40 years old. Slipped me $5 and away he went.
The hitchhiker, the tall guy. Which way did he go, you know?
Well, I'm not sure. He said something about getting the bus to Preston. But the 2 women are going on to Woodbury.
Check that license number. Will you get it for me? Hurry it up. It's urgent.
I see now why Les ditched that car the way he did. He's running away from Stone.
He's running away from the law and from Stone. Carrying a briefcase, too. I don't get it.
Well, whatever's in it must be the motive for 2 murders.
If we don't find that sedan, we're liable to have 2 more.
My son Walter married Kathy 2 years ago last March. I get down to see them once a month.
I'm sure they look forward to your visits, Mrs. Brewster.
They seem to. Oh, dear, that sign said Preston 4 miles. You'll be leaving us soon.
I was just thinking, this is the day my district manager's in Woodbury. Might be a good idea to try to catch him there.
Oh, that'll be fine. You can go all the way with us. I wonder if it's a boy or a girl.
Boy or girl?
She means your client. The one you loaned your car to take his wife to the hospital.
Oh, sure. Maybe it'll be twins.
You know, there's a chance Stone won't rush Les while he's with the woman, unless he catches up with them on a deserted road.
Yeah, and then they're in trouble from both men. I look for less to try to leave the woman and get to an airport or hop a train.
It's don't tell him that's going to be tough, but we'll stake out the airports and the depots.
Well, I finally found it. But like I say, you're wasting your time looking for this sedan. It's the convertible you gotta watch.
We'll look for both of them. Thanks very much. Take off. I'll get an APB.
If you'd like, Mrs. Brewster, I'll drive for a while. You can relax.
Oh, I'm not the least bit tired, thank you.
I know how you feel, not wanting a stranger to drive your car. Oh, believe me, I don't take it personally. I just felt that if I took the wheel for a while, you'd be nice and fresh when you reach your son's place.
Oh, how thoughtful. Well, I won't have you thinking I don't trust you. I'd love to have you drive, really.
Fine. Now'll be a good place to pull over. No one's behind us.
The main routes to Woodbury are marked on your map. A 10-mile segment to each unit. 10-4.
With units patrolling both ways, we can cover it all in a half hour. Let's set it up.
And if there's one thing I am, it's punctual. When I say I'll be at a place at a certain time, I'll be there. Now take today. My son knows that I'll drive up to their house right on the dot. Oh, my word, we're on the wrong road. Woodbury's back that way.
Couldn't be.
Tipton, 10 miles. That's what the sign said.
Tipton? Oh, we're miles out of our way. I had a feeling you made a wrong turn a few miles back. Oh, and you're driving too fast. I never go over the speed limit. Stop and turn around.
We can pick up an alternate at Tipton.
But I'm sorry. I hate to be obstinate, but I insist that you turn around this instant.
Gee, I sure goofed. I don't know how I got so mixed up. As long as we've gone this far out of our way, why not continue until we find a telephone? I'll call my boss, and you can call your son and tell him that you will be a little late. How's that?
Well, I suppose that's the sensible thing to do. I'm sorry I got angry. I have a phobia about being late.
I don't blame you a bit.
All units patrolling main roads to Woodbury report reaching their converging points. No contact with either suspect vehicle. 10-4?
You have anything from the stakeouts at the airports or the bus stations?
Negative.
There's no doubt now those women are in trouble for sure. Less than Stone could have forced them east into Walnut Valley or west to Paxton Hills. Divert all units into both areas. I'm heading east towards the valley.
I'll call my boss first, if you don't mind.
Oh, I know it's not his fault, but I can't help being provoked.
It's what comes of trying to do a good turn.
Well, to be fair about it, this young man was trying to do somebody else a good turn.
Hello, operator. Get me the Tipton Airport. I haven't the number. Look, operator, I'm in a hurry. I want flight information at the Tipton Airport. Now, you take it from there.
I ought to give it to you like you did Langley.
Listen, Stone. Those women over there don't know anything's wrong. You shoot me and they'll run to the cops. I'll give you the place. They're right in my pocket.
Where's the money? In the sedan?
Yes. I'll split it with you. 10 grand will get me clear. And you won't be involved in the killings.
I'm not involved now. I'm taking my whole 20 grand back. You try to keep those two old biddies conned, but get the money.
He's talking to some man. I think I'll call Walter.
the police. There's a car behind us, but it's not the police patrol. It's a convertible.
That's the man. Shot that young man and now he's after us. Well, drive faster. Faster.
Headquarters to 1612. Investigate emergency at Highway 42 and Mill Road. Go to telephone pay station. A possible shooting.
All right, ladies, you can get up now. You know, I wouldn't advise it again, but that key bit, that took a lot of nerve.
Well, if you'd seen him shoot that nice young man in cold blood.
Just a minute, ladies. I don't know how you're going to take this, but this nice young man you're talking about, he committed 2 murders today.
Why, imagine, we've been riding all day with a murderer. Wait till Walter and Kathy hear about this.
Here's part of the motive, counterfeit plates. This stuff looks real.
It is real. $20,000 and it belongs to me.
You hear that, ladies? Take a look. $20,000. He's not going to be able to spend a nickel of it. All right, move. See Highway Patrol again next week. Until then, remember, reckless driving doesn't determine who's right, only who's left. This is Roderick Crawford saying, see you next week.
the laws of any state are broken, a duly authorized organization swings into action. It may be called the state police, state troopers, militia, the rangers, or the highway patrol. These are the stories of the men whose training, skill, and courage have enforced and preserved our state laws. The man with a thumb isn't seen very often on our nation's highways, but he still exists. A vagabond, a man on the move, and often a menace to society. The Highway Patrol has joined other law enforcement agencies in a program of education, warning both driver and hitchhiker alike of the possible dangerous consequences of this practice.
Well, thank you for stopping, young man.
How far are you going, old-timer?
Well, just as far as you'll take me.
Hop in. Oh, what's the idea?
You do as you're told and you don't get hurt. Drive.
We've got a new case. A hitchhiker who's been pulling a gun on his victims.
Oh, come on. They're not still picking up hitchhikers.
Yep.
Stoops.
Victim's in the next room. I'd like to have you talk to him.
All right, come on, let's go.
Name's Walter Miller, truck driver. Oh, don't get up. Mr. Miller, this is Mr. Matthews.
Hi.
Hi. I'd like him to hear your story. Now, first, what'd the man look like?
Like a guy who needed a ride. Kind of down at the heels. And a bushy head of hair, like he couldn't afford a barber. And dirty clothes, like he'd been walking a long time. If I'd known he was going to clobber me, he'd still be walking.
Yeah, well, could you be more specific? His height, his weight, coloring.
I didn't get a chance to study him, if that's what you mean. As soon as he hopped in, he pulled a gun. Told me to drive to the Mill Road and Highway 48. He clobbered me, took my wallet, and scrammed.
Would you know him if you saw him again?
With that bushy head of hair, I should say so. Only now, on my money, he'll probably get a haircut.
Any other way you could identify him?
I don't know. His face looked kind of funny close up. Like old leather.
Old leather? In weather-beaten?
I don't know. I guess so. Only one question I'd like to ask.
Yeah, what's that?
How come he picked me? I only had $30 in my pocket.
He didn't pick you. You picked him, sucker.
Turn it off. Now take out your wallet. Carefully. Your wallet.
If you want it, take it!
We got to get out of here.
Joe, what happened? Your beard.
The stoop, the big fat stoop made like a hero. Started to rough me up and pull my beard off.
Joe, you didn't...
What'd you want me to do? Let him go so he goes spill to the cops? Come on, let's get out of here.
Okay, thanks. The lab says the truck is clean.
You mean I can go back to work?
Yeah, that's right. And thanks for your cooperation.
What cooperation? All I can tell you about the guy is that he needs a haircut. And that he has $30 that belongs to me. You think you can catch him on that?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. We'll try, and I promise you that.
Wish you luck.
Thanks.
Well, I guess he won't pick up any more hitchhikers.
I'll make books somebody else does.
$3110 to headquarters.
Well, Joe? Now it isn't penny ante holdups any longer. It's murder. And the cops will be right behind us.
$7. $7 lousy bucks. It's all he had in his wallet. Why did he fight me?
I told you not to take a gun. Someday you'd use it.
How much money do we have altogether?
$32. And this makes $39.
Doesn't get us very far.
No. But we sure can't stay here.
Move on to the next town. We'll find ourselves a pigeon there. A fat one this time. One with more than $7. Get ready to move.
How was he when you found him?
He was dead. The only evidence was some gray hair he was clutching in his hand. Lad's analyzing it now. Whoever did it took off up the road. Left a good footprint right on the other side of the car. Lad's doing a plaster on it.
Any witnesses?
No, none. Victim's wallet was missing, though. We did a make on him from the car registration. His name's Martin Hoffman. His wife's been notified.
Okay, thanks.
I don't think we should have stopped here, Joe.
Why not? Good a place as any.
But the police will be looking for us. We're too close to the last place.
The police aren't looking for us. There were no witnesses. And who could connect me with that old man that got into Hoffman's car? Nobody.
Oh, you have all the answers, Joe, but I'm still scared. When we started, you promised nobody'd get hurt. If I'd known there'd be this, I wouldn't have come with you.
You worry too much. We managed to fool the cops in 7 states, and that makeup kit's going to carry us all the way to the coast.
Okay, thanks. That was a lab. They come up with a surprise. You know that gray hair Hoffman was clutching in his hand? It isn't human. It came from a wig. And they found some matter under his fingernails. It's a grease paint used by actors in makeup.
That figure scan, take a look. Hitchhiker's M.O.
Let's see, first robbery pulled by a character needs a haircut. Second, an old man with whiskers. And a third by a crew-cut mug with a mustache. I see what you mean.
All right. Contact every newspaper, radio, and TV station. Tell them to be in alert. Tell them to people not to pick up any hitchhikers.
Right.
Matthews. Oh? All right, thanks. Hold it.
Oh, hold on.
Got something else for you. The lab boys. Got a good making of footprints. Oh, the guy's about 170 pounds, 6 feet tall, early 30s.
On our hitchhiker. He's 6 feet tall, 170 pounds, and his 30s. Yeah, that's all we've got so far. We're just working from footprints.
Ken, the out-of-state reports. A hitchhiker, take a look. Doing 1,400 miles in 6 days.
That's an awful lot of territory for one man to cover by himself. My guess is he's got an accomplice who picks him up after each job and they move on fast.
Yeah, you're right, but Hopkins was dead 4 hours. So we know he's in this area.
You think he could be backtracking?
I don't know. He never backtracked before.
Has he killed before?
No, that's the whole thing that's bothering me. Now, take a look here. See this? We know he's going west.
Yeah. See, with his knowledge of makeup, our hitchhiker could be an actor. I'll check with the Actors Guilds in New York and see if there's any show on the route he's following. I'd better alert the hotels and motels, see if any of their guests happen to be using theatrical makeup.
Joe, what's the matter with you? If the cops find this wallet on us, it'll tie us right to the murder.
Oh, stop worrying. I'll get rid of it.
Joe, what's happened to us? I don't recognize me anymore. And I don't recognize you.
It's the makeup.
Joe, you've killed a man. And you sit there joking about it, and I hate you for it.
What do you want me to do? Walk up to the nearest cop and say, "Here, arrest me. I just killed somebody."
I don't know.
Relax, Dolly. We'll soon be on the coast.
Joe, I want to go home.
What's home? A lousy 2-room cold water flat on the 3rd floor? Or your mother's house? She hates my guts. The only home we've got is where we make it. You and me. Oh, baby, there's lots of jobs out west. It's the place for us. And nothing's gonna stop us.
Joe, I'm so confused.
You know, we've been operating the same way in 7 states. First the guy that needed the haircut, then the old-timer, and the mustache. You know, the cops aren't exactly stupid. With this Hoffman dead, they could be getting a little excited. I think it's time for a change.
What kind of a change?
Well, there are plenty of diners up and down the highway. We'll pick our next pigeon in one of those diners and follow him to a nice, quiet spot. And we'll pick a guy with more than $7.
Joe, please don't take your gun with you.
Dolly, you're not thinking right. Suppose I hadn't taken the gun that last time with the Hoffman character. This is more than just a gun, Dolly. This is my friend.
His latest victim, Martin Hoffman, had resisted. Parker killed him. But the murder had netted him just $7. He had to change his M.O. to be sure his victims carried more money. The clues furnished by Hoffman's death and the out-of-state police reports had enabled Dan Matthews and the Highway Patrol to trace Joe Parker's trail of crime across the country.
How's it going? Well, it's been real quiet. Not a single out-of-state car, no sign of a hitchhiker.
Headquarters to 2150.
2150 by.
All talent guilds in New York checked negative. No theatrical activity on the route taken by a hitchhiker. 10-4?
10-4.
in there all day.
For a pigeon like this, we got all day. Right. Lab boys are coming out. I got roadblocks all the main arteries out of town.
Which one is heading west?
That'd be the one at Roxbury and Pine.
I'll be there if you want me.
Okay. This is it. Let's go. Hey, what's the big idea?
All right, Buster. If you don't want to get hurt, do as you're told.
Okay. $30.16 to $21.50.
$21.50 by.
The car described by the motel owner has been traced to the Hillside Inn on Highway 56. The owner identified the man and woman we're seeking. Noticed them loitering. I've ordered an all-out check of the area.
I'll meet you there. 10-4?
10-4.
Turn around and put your hands on top of the car.
Take it easy.
You got a lot of money in it. Just take it easy. I won't shoot. Now, give me your wallet.
Here it is.
Turn around. Bank night.
All right, where is he? $21.50 to headquarters.
Headquarters, why?
Send all units west on 56.
The New York DMV identifies that car as belonging to Joseph Parker, age 32, transient. 10-4?
10-4. You, Mrs. Parker? Get out of the car. Come on, get out. Where is he? I know you're trying to signal him.
Here I am, copper.
No, Joe!
Come on, you haven't got a chance. A couple of minutes, this place is going to be swarming with police. You haven't got a chance.
You got just 10 seconds to do what I say. 1, 2, 3, 4...
Do what he says, please.
All right, what do you want?
Dolly, get his gun and handcuff him to his car. Get a move on, Dolly.
Sorry, but if I don't do what he says, he'll kill that man. I know he will.
Hurry it up!
All right. Let me have the cuffs. I'll do it for you.
You better give me the keys.
150 to headquarters.
Headquarters, fine.
Joseph Parker, proceeding west on 56. Issues with wife and a hostage. Alert all units and set up roadblocks. Proceed carefully. 10-4.
10-4.
Joe!
Turn around, quick. Come on, get out of here.
It won't work, Joe!
Get moving.
Well, get me out of this. All right, I goofed. Give me your keys.
Okay, come on. Put your hands behind you.
All right, let's go. Careful with my arm.
All right. Hold still. You all right? Yeah, okay. Watch yourself.
Careful. You okay?
Yes, sir.
Get in my car. I'll drive it home in a minute. You're pretty lucky. All right, take him away. Come on, move. I hope you'll be with us next week. Until then, remember, no matter how new, the safest device in your car is you. This is Broderick Crawford saying, see you next week.
Whenever the laws of any state are broken, a duly authorized organization swings into action. It may be called the state police, state troopers, militia, the rangers, or the highway patrol. These are the stories of the men whose training, skill, and courage have enforced and preserved our state laws. Highway Patrol maintains a constant vigilance to ensure the safe delivery of the millions of dollars worth of cargo which is transported annually over the highways. The shipments are of varying nature and varying value, but the cargo most tempting to the lawbreaker is money. On August 20th of this year, an armored truck was delivering a $33,000 payroll to the Reiner Oil Company. The schedule and contents of this truck were known, and a highly dangerous plan for seizing it had been devised by two criminals, Virgil Stocker and Alfred Davidson.
You handled that thing like you love it.
Soldier's weapon's his best friend.
This you ought to know, huh?
Ask any guy who spent 14 months in Korea. I fought from Busan to the Yalu River and back. I guess I've told enough for you to guess how rugged it was. I got 3 tanks. I kept one of these so hot it burned my hand. And what did it get me?
Oh, you got a lot of decorations.
Medals. You can buy them in any pawn shop. You sure you remember what I taught you? All right, get a rocket.
Okay.
All right, feed me. Hey, wait a minute. You wouldn't last 10 minutes with a bazooka man.
All right.
All right, take it out.
I'll get it. Just take it easy, Stalker.
All right, once more now.
Yeah.
Feed me.
There you are.
Yeah, that's better. You could be a little faster.
Yeah. Say, look, Stalker. You taught me how to work one of these things, but, where does it get all its power?
You don't have to know where it gets its power, as long as you see what it does. Take this car, right to shreds. An armor plate on a tank, hole right through it. And the average safe, just like butter. When you see what this gets us, you won't worry about decorations.
I hope you're right.
The passing of the armored truck at the expected time confirmed the information which Stalker and Davidson had previously obtained.
There's a lot of money there. Yeah, man. Pays to keep your ears and eyes open.
You know something, Stalker? I'll bet even I could hit that going by.
No sense shooting at a moving target. Come on. We'll do this the smart way.
Right.
The armored truck personnel, conscious that their most dangerous position was at the point of pickup or delivery of the money, maintained their usual caution and continued on to the payroll office. Stalker and Davidson followed at a safe distance, confident that the terrible and superior firepower of the bazooka would overcome any obstacle to their capturing the payroll.
Matthews, Highway Patrol.
Fletcher, Army Criminal Intelligence.
How are you? You got a list of what was taken?
Bazooka, 19 rocket projectiles, 6 hand grenades, gas, a pair of masks, and assorted small arms. Our suspect posed as a sergeant from a tank destroyer company. The warehouse entry gave us a pretty fair description.
Virgil Stalker.
Well, that's who we think it is. He's an ex-soldier. Dishonorable discharge.
5'11", 170 pounds, you got brown hair. Well, that checks with one of our suspects.
One of them?
Yeah, we got Stalker and a John Doe, age about 25.
How have we got them spotted?
Gas station attendant called in, said he serviced a car, saw a bazooka in the back seat.
3427 to 2150.
2150 by.
3427, traveling east on 14 from Council Flats.
You've got a description of the car. Set up a roadblock at Kings Road.
10-4.
$36.32. Give me your 1020. 2 men in a car. They're traveling west. We've alerted the FBI and other agencies. We'll do what we can.
3632, heading south on Arrow Highway, just approaching 14.
Set up a roadblock on 14 at that point.
3632, 10-4.
We've only got 2 units available. Look, here's where we stand. If our information is correct, the suspect should be right in this area. $21.50 by.
3427 to 2150, go ahead.
Any traffic at your point?
Not a car. That doesn't mean anything. This is a pretty quiet road.
Well, that's your territory. Anything around there might interest him?
Well, the oil company's accounting and payroll office is here, but they've been paying salaries by check.
10-4. Now, we've got 14 blocked off here, here, and here. If they're in there, they can't get out.
I can think of one way out. A bazooka hits with the impact of a 75-millimeter howitzer. It can tear a patrol car to shreds. If they decide to fight their way out, what can one man do with a .38 revolver?
All right, what do you suggest?
Well, we can move in some armor.
How long?
Oh, say 6 hours.
They should be at one of our roadblocks in about 6-7 minutes.
They've got us on firepower and range.
Well, let's hope they won't fight.
Suppose they do.
That's one thing we have in common with the Army. We're paid for that, too. Go ahead, 3427.
Armored truck just delivered $33,000 cash payroll to the oil company.
I thought they paid by check.
There's been a change. The workers needed cash. There weren't any banks around.
All right, hold your position. I'll meet you. You want to ride with me?
You bet. Him out.
What happened?
Two men knocked him out, blew the safe, grabbed the payroll, and left going that way in a black sedan.
Thanks very much. You got a gun?
Yeah, but it's no good against a bazooka.
You got rifles. Come. It'll take an hour to get here. Come on, let's go. $21.50 to 3427.
3427, bye.
They're headed your way. Do you know what a bazooka can do?
I sure do. I was in the Army. 10-4.
3632, come in.
3632, bye.
He's coming your way, west. Take off, code 3.
It's a roadblock. Where's the cop? Well, we can blast our way past that. Come on.
Faced with the knowledge that their sidearms were no match for the bazooka, the patrol continued their efforts to apprehend the criminals. With an inadequate number of units available, the patrol could only try to contain the criminals within the oil field area, using as an advantage the fact that there were only 2 avenues of escape.
How far are you trailing them?
200-300 yards.
They're in bazooka range.
Drop back about 100 yards. Try and keep them in sight.
10-4.
(3632) to 2150, passing through Hastings Junction.
Hold it right there. Set up a roadblock.
Feed me! Feed me! I'm feeding you. Okay. I'll take him just as he comes around the turn. Right. You're supposed to be such a killer with a bazooka.
3427 to 2150.
2150, bye.
I'm out of service, but they're still headed your way.
Are you hurt?
Negative. Near miss. They got the tires. I'm off the road.
Can you get back on the highway?
I think so.
Set up a block in case they get by me. 10-4?
10-4.
Get off this road!
Stymied by the roadblocks in each direction, the criminals were forced to return to the Reiner oil fields. The patrol followed, hoping to apprehend the suspect before they found a back road out of the area.
Feed me! He's found cover. That's your second miss today. Is that how you knocked out those 3 tanks? Don't worry.
Don't worry. Look, Stockard, we're stuck up here with every cop in the country headed this way, and you say don't worry.
With this, we can shoot our way out anytime we want to.
Well, come on, then. Let's shoot our way out now.
Will you let me run things? When I'm through, they'll give us the money, just to get rid of us.
Yeah.
I'm in the Reiner oil field, 10 miles west of Hastings Junction. Notify the FBI. Get your men on the other side of the road.
Right. Now, these new oil fields got to be watched. I hope this won't last too long.
You know, I can't figure it. With that weapon, they can fight their way out of here anytime they want.
Maybe they got a safer way. I'm going to find out.
Wait a minute. Criminal intelligence is just another way of saying Army detective. I'm a policeman, too.
I wish I had somebody from the artillery right now.
Oil workers moving across the road.
Let them go.
All right, both of you. Come on with your hands up. You haven't got a chance.
The cop. I hope he shows himself. Feed me.
Okay.
You haven't got a chance. Come on with your hands up.
What's the matter, Stockard? He ain't even in good pistol range.
I know that. Look around you, cop. Oil wells, storage tanks. How much damage you think I can do from here? You ever see an oil field on fire? How many million you think this field's worth? I can wreck it from here.
A near miss will set this whole place in flames.
Give him whatever he wants. He can keep the payroll.
I'm sorry.
Sorry? Maybe you don't know what this oil field's worth. Hold your fire!
You hold it.
Hold it yourself. That payroll's our money. If you want to give it to him, we can. We won't press the charges.
There's nothing I can do about it now. Never mind the charges. They've committed a crime.
Well, maybe you got an answer for this. How many crimes is an oil field worth? We haven't begun to tap this basin yet.
All right. You've had time to talk it over.
What's your price?
Clear your roadblocks. Then pull your car to where we can disable it. And hostages. And some people to keep us company.
I'll have to get an okay from headquarters.
Okay, cop. You got just 3 minutes to get it.
3 minutes, give him what he wants.
How'd you stall him? I'll see if I can get within pistol range.
I'll go along with you. You may need help.
Thanks.
How much time they got?
2 minutes.
Seems like they've taken an hour. Look, maybe I was wrong. Maybe we should get out of here.
Let me have it for a while. I'd like to see what a rocket would do to an oil tank.
Maybe we ain't deep enough, huh?
You know something, Buster? I don't think you ever saw Korea. Go on. Tell me. How long were you really in the Army?
Didn't they use these against snipers in the Pacific?
They sure did. That's as good as light tank armor. But I don't think it'll stand a point-blank hit.
Did Stocker ever see combat?
No, PX clerk. But he did go through basic training.
Maybe he'll break and run.
He might.
Let's try it. Wait a minute. Have you ever run one of these things?
Well, I can try. I used to be an old tank man.
All right, let's go.
they've had their 3 minutes.
Let's give up. We'll give them back their money. Maybe that way they'll...
Stalker, I'm going to give them something to remember me by. Then I'm going to blast my way out of here. Now I need somebody to feed this thing. And say, help me, you chicken, not out.
Oil well, Mother, maybe.
I'll get those storage tanks first.
Look!
Reload! I said reload! If you run, Stalker, say help me, I'll kill you!
Don't worry, we'll book him.
Thanks. We'll work out prosecution with the FBI. One more day like this, and I'm going to put in for a combat infantryman's badge. Maybe we can find one for you, too.
Thanks very much. This badge causes us enough trouble. See the Highway Patrol in action again next week. Until then, remember, leave your blood at the Red Cross, not on the highway. This is Broderick Crawford saying, see you next week.